Good evening and welcome back, poetry lovers. It is I, ZM Wise, here I am with Dustin Pickering, and we have a special announcement for you all. Dustin?
So after 12 years of publication with TZ Press of Harbinger Asylum, we've decided we want to move on to other things. With publishing and with the journal, we've decided basically to close it down. Maybe sometime in the future we may reopen and start it up again, but as of right now we're kind of burnt out on publishing the journal, and we would like to move on to other projects and some of our own works, and we've participated a lot in helping promote the arts and so forth, and I just want to move on, and we're going to go into another publication, an online publication, which is going to be called Red Letter Review. So if you want to keep an eye out in the near future for Red Letter Review, it's going to be a unique publication. It's going to be themed, and I'll share that in the next edition of Harbinger. If you're watching this and you're curious about Red Letter Review, just pick up a copy of the next Harbinger, the Winter 2021 edition, which will be out probably February, probably early February. It was going a little bit slow this time around. As we said, we're kind of getting drawn out and worn out with publication, and it's getting costly. And so we want to just kind of move on to other things. And it'll be a great journey, though. It doesn't mean we're going to continue publishing. We're just not going to be publishing Harbinger Asylum, and maybe give it a few years we may return. I don't want to guarantee that, but it's been a wonderful journey. Thank you so much to all those who helped us make this publication what it was for the last 12 years. We started off as a zine out of my own apartment here, where I'm at right now. This wonderful little apartment unit here in Clear Lake City on the south side of Houston. And I used to take it to a print shop down the road and have it printed up. And so we also used to use an actual color laser printer for some copies until we moved on to using CreateSpace and Kindle Direct Publishing. So I would like to ZM here, ZM Wise, who's assistant editor of the journal, to share a few some of his own memories, a couple of strong points for him in the journey in our publishing career with Harbinger Asylum. So go ahead, ZM, tell us what your favorite moments with Harbinger Asylum were.
Well, first of all, I'd like to take everyone back to about 2010, late 2010, when I first met Dustin Pickering, and I instantly recognized his unbridled passion for the literary arts and poetry itself. He introduced me to one of the first copies of Harbinger Asylum, which, as he mentioned before, was completely handmade. I was dazzled by the eclectic amount of work in there, and I wanted more than anything to be a part of this operation. So in 2012, he made me assistant editor for Harbinger Asylum. I couldn't be prouder. One of my favorite moments was, I suppose, my poetic recruitment process. I would use many outlets to try and recruit up-and-coming and somewhat established writers and poets to submit to Harbinger Asylum, especially international poets and writers I have a great fondness for. And I also love reminiscing on the various issues of Harbinger Asylum, also the evolution, the upward process of it. Just the entire making of the journal was such a pleasure. It was a labor of love for both of us, obviously, and as well as the many talented cover artists, most notably Vera Icon, among others. And after much deliberation, we've decided to, I suppose, transport ourselves to another poetic universe altogether, and Red Letter Review will most likely serve this purpose. Who knows, as Dustin said before, we may return to Harbinger Asylum someday. No guarantees. There are no guarantees in life. But at the very least, you could submit your work to Red Letter Review, and as Dustin mentioned before, again, it was it's going to be themed for each issue. So just keep on the lookout. Dustin and I will send updates. And thank you all so much. We couldn't have done this without you, the contributors, and we couldn't have done this without the subscribers, and just with your unlimited amount of faith in us, and in your support in indie publishing. Support your indie publishers; they're important. And thank you so much once again. Pax Vobiscum. Love you all so much. Poetry lives. Long live the arts.